So, I have skipped ahead from the looks of things. So you can't win at everything. Oh, you don't think you can hear... Hold on, I think we might have lost you. I'm just... just talk for a second. I may have lost... the stream seems to have lost you. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, they're back. Going cat.
hello?
Yeah,
Am I back?
you're back.
Okay.
Right, so I have seemed to skip ahead a bit. So...
Oh, Rusty was motorized?
Right. That's a fun fact, actually. Because Rusty was not made for this production. It was kind of forced in because I had the prop already.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
Rusty was actually made for the Last Order Extravaganza.
Ooh.
So,
I really want to go to one of those at some point.
yeah, it was a wonderful time. Probably the best Thomas event in the UK.
I'm sure.
The only thing I was a bit disappointed in is in previous years they had an O gauge test track, but for whatever reason or last year they didn't for whatever reason. So like I'm pretty much motorized them for nothing.
Well, I mean, it could be next year, you know?
Perhaps. Extravaganza says Cone Cat.
I think whenever I do get the chance to go up there, I would want to bring some of my
Oh yeah.
Lego Thomas models
Oh
that
yeah, I
I've designed.
saw that. That was a really good mock, to be fair. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of them.
So Rusty was actually motorized with the Circuit Cube, which is a third-party Lego thing.
On topic. Look at that.
Yeah. You see, we're geniuses, guys. Which is quite good, because Circuit Cubes can be controlled remotely from your phone, so I didn't have to look about a weird controller.
We know what we're doing.
Hmm?
We know what we're doing.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. Ignore that little So this is actually a photo of the first piece of Rusty I did. You can tell because it's a failed print. Now the Ender 3. I have a Bamboo Lab now, but the Ender 3, while being an iconic printer, I don't like it. You have to manually do everything, and it's just super annoying.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah. I actually stole that from Passy. I remember that because their Duke video was the first time I actually looked into making a 3D model. So I stole that idea from Patty. I should probably mention that before I try and take credit for myself. If it wasn't for their How I Made Duke video, I probably wouldn't have ever done this production. So it's their fault.
Shout outs to them.
Shout out to them, and it's a good thing they're in stream. That's right. And here we have them with their lovely face. Now, one clever thing with Rusty is their faces, although they don't have moving eyes, they're magnetic, so it's just really easy to put them on. So I was really because this is the only model I have designed myself. Like everything else is made by Jamus Trains, but this is my little thing. You can tell because I missed out there because Rusty in the model series actually has like a weird little box indent right at the front, so I missed it. So you can tell it's mine because I cocked up.
Hey, imperfections are what makes them perfect.
But also it's evidence, which is quite good. So I'm just going
That
to
is
zoom
also
the
a way to
bit.
look at it.
You have a little benchy in the background of this one. Oh yeah, this is filling in all the gaps. It's been touched in.
Oh, it's like Tamiya putty or whatever.
It's actually Humbrol putty, supporting the local businesses. If you can call if you can call Hornby a local business. NGF mentions they haven't touched their Duke replica in a while. Whoops, Daisy. Thank you. So yeah, you can get. It was at hell to sand. People do. I don't feel people mention that enough. These props absolutely horrid to sand.
Oh wow. I would assume so. Like you gotta fill it in, and then you gotta like if you want like the really smooth finish, it's like it's not like oh you fill it in once and then sand it once. You gotta like fill it and then sand and then fill it and then sand, and then.
But you do get a really good look with it. Like Rusty is probably the best finish that I have on a model. If you can tell, Percy, when we get to the images of Percy was literally made in like 2 evenings. So
I did
their finish is
see. I did see on
terrible.
the zoom in. I did see on the zoom in of his whistle, I could like see
Yeah.
the little layers.
NGF did bring that up though. I'm sorry I keep switching your name 1 minute Patty and then the next minute NGF. So, yep, masking. Rusty was sprayed. First time ever using spray paint. Whoops daisy. Their window that was hell to paint, and it just still that's my least favorite part. The round window.
Ooh, I'm sure.
And then also
The circles are pretty hard.
and then also their faces were done in a 0.4 nozzle because I didn't have a 0.2 at the time, so it's a bit liney even with all the sanding. Oh, they're a bit angry there because that literally first test drive literally just drove straight off the table.
My roof. My buffer.
Bust his buffers. Ah, see what I did there?
Ah.
And then what side transfers? Fun fact: these are the only times I've ever worked with water slide transfers because in later models, instead of obviously buying transfers, instead I've printed out the letters on a really thin layer, 0.2, and it just ends up working out a bit cheaper.
Oh.
Rusty Mimi 26. Ooh, no cone cap. Rusty dies with me. And then here's their little headboard with some bunting that I made for the event.
Ooh.
And then
That's
up next,
really nice.
and then up next, Rustin, number 5.
Oh, the real
The
Rusty.
real Rusty.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that. So yeah, next up, I'm gonna rush through this because we literally only have 2 minutes left. So Stepney was actually a Christmas present for Cone Cat. Speaking of which, so this was made literally 3 days before Christmas. So this was another rush job.
I noticed that you decided to have Stepney be in his black lip.
Yes, because that was less of an artistic choice and more of black paint is a whole lot more cheaper than the weird yellow.
True, and also it hides a lot more.
Yes,
I think.
Ooh, pretty scary image there.
Ugh. You've got me at an unfortunate angle,
said Stepney. And there's him all painted up right before Christmas.
That's a beautiful model.
The only thing is the letterings, because it's all been printed in place. I printed it as one piece, so I haven't done a very good job painting them. But, you know, it's Rusty. We did it. And then there's them
Stepney.
together. Stepney and Rusty. Sorry, yeah, not Rusty, Stepney. Stepney,
Yeah,
Rusty. Rusty,
they,
Stepney.
they are some kind of duo because Rusty saved Stepney in the show.
I didn't think of that, but I did realise by the end. Yes, they are both PLA, because PLA is cheap and tasty. Next up, Thomas. How long have we got left? 58 seconds. So Thomas, originally,
It's fine. We don't have to be like exact. You know?
yeah, if we,
It's
yeah,
not that big a deal.
I probably have planned this a bit because literally it's a live stream for literally like 3 people. So yeah, I'm gonna take my time. Screw the break. So Thomas was originally not meant to be. Well, the movie hadn't really full on started yet. It was just a nice little idea, but I made the Thomas anyway, which proved really useful because I already had him for production. They're so smooth. So I had him already.
I remember.
I didn't take many. Sorry.
Sorry if I go on like a little side tangent.
That's
here, but
fine.
In my senior year of high school a few years ago, I remember for an art project. Initially it was just like, oh, we gotta make something out of cardboard with structures, and you can use wood as support. And I was like, hey, can I just make mine entirely out of wood? And she was like, you know what? Sure, why not? And I tried to make a gauge 1 scale replica of Thomas out of wood. Did not finish it, and unfortunately, I was not able to take it home.
Oh.
So I don't know what she would have done with it, and I don't know if I could even get in contact with her. But it was I remember it was fun while I was making it. I had gotten pretty far. I made the chassis block, the running board, and I think the tanks and the cab. I think everything except for like the wheels and the boiler. But I remember we had like glued like we had like cut up like 2 like empty medicine little orange medicine containers.
Oh, clever.
We had like sanded it down and like glued 2 of them together. But it didn't like we didn't go to completion with it. So little unfortunate that I wasn't able
That's
to
a shame.
take that home with me. But I mean, I guess it was a little remedied because I was up in I think a few months ago, I was able to order pieces to make my Lego Gauge One size replica. So I've got that.
You got that. That's a shame though, not being able to bring it home.
Yeah, but I remember having fun while I was making it.
Oh yeah, you probably learned a thing or two about making them now. So if you ever want to make another, hopefully it shouldn't be too hard.
I learned that wood is unforgiving.
If I was ever in your situation, I want to try and recreate like the original Thomas Troy that Audrey made. I think that could be quite a fun little project to make with wood.
Oh, like the paper craft, like the first like bit of like merch.
No, not the merch, like the handmade Audrey one, like the J72 looking one.
Oh,
I think it's
right,
J72 with
I
like
gotcha.
the weird tanks. But yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas is there pretty done. Then next up, Percy. I've not taken many photos of Percy. So the desk, his kitchen table was already looking pretty messy by that point with Percy, and it wasn't going to get much better because that's where pretty much all the shed scenes were filmed.
Oh.
And there's the chassis.
Oh,
The chassis. I couldn't. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Oh, J50. I'm being corrected. Right. So the chassis, because I couldn't get the proper parts in time, is actually held together with paper clips. So it literally goes around a tiny bit and then just seizes up immediately.
Held up by paper clips and a prayer.
Pretty much.
I always wondered, like, I never understood why Percy's pistons are like angled slightly upward like that, and they're not like level, unlike the actual props. I don't mean here specifically, but just like on like the Percy mod, like instead of it being like fully horizontal, they're like slightly angled downward.
Yeah, I never really understood that as well.
That's a little version of me, Percy. So why do you have it?
Okay, you can do a Mr. Boss voice. I need to remember that.
I've got quite the wide range. I've got the repertoire.
I might have to consider that for the next project. Next project, guys, Pym dies and doesn't come back. And then here's all the...
Pym goes to the island of Soto! Yay!
Wait, you're gonna make me do a whole new production. I need to make a note of that, actually. Pym goes to Soto.
If I had a nickel.
Anyway, but yeah, here's all the props in the final production, pretty much. All there. My dad asked... that was Plumpington. No, it's Mr. Boss from Smiling Friends. So, fun fact, the little flatbed I have there is actually just a truck without the truck part.
Oh. Versatile.
I know, very clever. And you also have the unpainted bluffers, and just, yeah, everything's there. So that's it. Also, fun fact, that's a little version of me, Percy. I want you to have it. But yeah, fun fact, Thomas is actually had some more news done to it. I'm really sorry I don't have a photo for the stream. But Thomas, since this was made, has actually been signed by Christopher Audrey.
Really?
Yes, I'll send you the Discord for it right now.
Wow.
So I went down to the Swanage Railway the other weekend and got Thomas signed by the man himself. And I believe that this is
awesome.
only two signed Thomas Gauge 1 Thomases exist, because the other one was done in the Thomas auction. A Cool Props Thomas was signed.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm really happy.
I'm a little jealous.
I'll sell it to you for £3,000. But
wow, there he is.
there he is.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. So yeah, that's it. Do you have anything else you want to say before we move on to the director's commentary?
No, not really.
That's good. I'm going to just keep taking up because I'm worried I keep interrupting you. So, so now, if it's okay with you guys.